Oil change packages and modifying from a conventional to a synthetic blend. This seems like it should be a pretty simple, straightforward task. However, there's a couple things you got to make sure you have set properly for this to work. This is the multi-store home office. The setup will be very similar in single store as well. Okay, so the easiest solve for this would be to go into your system file and make sure these two items are selected here. If this is selected, the show all oil classes in oil picker, it doesn't matter what your oil class is on the inventory screen, your parts inventory screen, it's going to show up in every single oil change package. Now, what does that mean for the oil class? Let's go into our inventory file. We're going to look up 0W20 works. On the inventory and financial screen, right here where it says part price class, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about oil classes. This is going to be set to synthetic because it's a 0W20 full synthetic. Now, if you do spend the time to go through and make sure this is correct, then you could have a synthetic blend oil change package, a high mileage oil change package, a full synthetic oil change package, so on and so forth. And it works well with the oil change picker. Okay. Now, the other side of this is if you go the first route, that's the easiest. There's very little setup to do. You just have to make sure it's set to an oil class. It doesn't have to be the correct one, it just has to be set to an oil class. If you choose to go per package, then you need to make sure you set the package up correctly. So we're going to take a look at my test package here. Okay, so this one here, oil synthetic blend. It's the only one that's completely different than the other ones because it's the only one that's completely different than the other ones. If you look, the very top of the list here says choose standard oil type, choose synthetic oil, choose high mileage, and choose diesel. There's no synthetic blends, so you just have to type in the synthetic, and then you'll see oil synthetic blend. It doesn't match even the description of the rest of them really, so I know it's odd, but that's what you have to choose for this package to work properly if you're going to go this route. Then you just make sure you've got your base price, which is your package setup, and then your price, whatever that's going to be. Okay, so once that's all set up, then we can go into a store here, and if you're running home office, you have to run your updates for packages and inventory. That way everything updates properly. If you're going the other route, you'd run your updates for the control file. Let's take a look how this works now. Super Saver oil change. Make sure it is the right one. Yep, synthetic blend. And we have it pop up the viscosity first, then the drain plug torque where applicable. There's a synthetic blend. It's the only one that shows up in this because it's the only one I have set up for synthetic blend oil class. Then we get into how many quarts. And we have it set up so it automatically checks our vendor for the quantity of filters they have on hand, so we get ordered if we don't have it. And there we go. That's how that works. Now let me show you the way it would work if we had the other route. And besides the setup, the function is exactly the same single store to multi-store. So let's go back into the same ticket there. See, now it shows every single type of oil that I have marked as an oil in the system. Then I have to go through and select the right type of oil. It does tell me up there what it is, 0W20. So I would just type it in this little box here, click OK, and then move forward through the rest of my screens. So there's the two ways it works.